Om Shanti, 22nd of May 2025, Morning Murli, Baptada Madhuban. Essence, sweet children, whatever you see with your eyes, it is all the paraphernalia of the old world. It has to be destroyed. Therefore, remove this land of sorrow from your intellects. Question: what do human beings blame the Father for when, in fact, it is no one's fault? Answer: human beings believe that the huge destruction takes place is inspired by God, that He is the one who hosts sorrows as well as giving happiness. They have put all the blame on the Father. The Father says, "Children, I am always the bestower of happiness. I cannot cause sorrow for anyone. If I inspire destruction to take place, all the sin would then fall on me. Everything happens according to the drama. I do not make it happen." Song: O traveler of the night, do not become weary. The destination of the dawn is not far off. Om Shanti. Many songs are very good for teaching you children. You will be able to speak this knowledge by extracting the meaning of such songs. It is in the intellects of you children that the pilgrimage of the night have come to an end, and that you are all the one on the pilgrimage of the day, the pilgrimage of the night, where you stumble around in the dark, are on the path of devotion. While going on the pilgrimages of the night for half a cycle, you have been continued to come down. You have now come here to go on the pilgrimage of the day. Only once do you go on this pilgrimage. You know that by going on pilgrimage of remembrance, you change from Tamopradhan to Sadopradhan, and that you then become the masters of the Sadopradhan golden age. By becoming Sadopradhan, you become the masters of the golden age. Then, by becoming Tamopradhan, you become the masters of the iron age. That is called heaven, and this is called hell. You children are now remembering the Father. You only receive happiness from the Father. Those who are unable to speak this knowledge should simply remember that the land of peace is the home of our souls, that the land of happiness is the kingdom of heaven, and that this is now a land of sorrow, the kingdom of Ravan. The Father says, "Now forget this land of sorrow, although you are living here. Let your intellects remember that whatever you see with your eyes, it all belongs to the kingdom of Ravan. All of those bodies you see are also paraphernalia of the old world. All of that paraphernalia has to be sacrificed into this sacrificial fire. When those impure Brahmins create a sacrificial fire, they sacrifice sesame seeds, etc., into it. Destruction has to take place here. The highest on high is the Father. Then comes Brahma and Vishnu. Sankar does not have such an important part. Destruction has to take place. The Father inspires destruction to take place in such a way that no one accumulates sin for that. The Supreme Abode is the place of residence of our souls, and it is also called the abode of silence. These words are accurate. Heaven would not be called the Supreme Abode. Param means the land of beyond. Heaven exists here. The incorporeal world is land of beyond, where we souls reside. You play your parts of happiness and sorrow here. When people say that so and so went to heaven, it is absolutely wrong. Heaven does not exist now. It is now the Iron Age. At this time, you are at the confluence age. whereas everyone else in the Iron Age. In the same home, the father is in the Iron Age, whereas the child is in the Confluence Age. The wife is at Confluence Age, and the husband is in the Iron Age. There is such a difference. If the wife take this knowledge, but the husband does not, they don't cooperate with each other. There is then conflict in that home. The wife becomes a flower, whereas he remains a thorn. In the same home, in child notes that while at the confluence age, he is becoming pure, elevated deity, but the father tells him to hate merit and ruin himself. To become of the resident of hell, the spiritual father says, children, now become pure. Your purity of the present time will last you for 21 worlds. This kingdom of Ravan has to be destroyed. People burn an effigy of whoever their enemy is. Therefore, the effigy of Ravan is burnt. There should be so much dislike of the enemy, but no one knows who Ravan is. They incur a great deal of experience in burning that effigy. People burn an effigy of whoever their enemy. These things do not exist in heaven. There, they do not even have the thought that those assets will be some of use. There, the systems and customs are such that there is no questions of any difficult or tiredness. There is so much happiness there. Therefore, the Father explains, now constantly make effort to remember me alone. This is a battle of staying in remembrance. The Father continues to explain to you children. Sweet children, continue to be alert and pay special attention to yourself. Take care that Maya does not cut off your nose and ears because she is your enemy. You remember the Father, and then Maya blows you away in her storms. That is why Baba says, each of you should write a chart as to how much you remember the Father throughout the day. Where did your mind wander to? Note down in your diary for how long you remember the Father. Check yourself so that Maya can see that you are very courageous and that you are paying attention to yourself very well. Be fully alert. The Father now comes to give you, children, his introduction. He says, you may look after your homes and families, but simply remember the Father. This one is not like those sannyasis. They live on what they have begun, but they still have to perform actions. You can tell them that they are Hatha yogis. Only the one heart can teach Raja Yoga. You children are now at the confluence age. You have to remember this confluence age. It is confluence age that we become the most elevated deities. We used to the most elevated human beings, that is, worthy of worship deities, and we have now become the lowest of beings. This is your aim and objective. The Father says, now constantly remember me alone. I have explained to you who I am. I am Father of all souls as a point of light. I have the entire of this knowledge. You did not know previously that the soul of fine light, the entire imperishable parts of your 84 births are recorded in you. Christ played his part and left. He will definitely return once again. All the followers of Christ will also return. Even the Christ soul must not be Tamo Pradhan. All the founders of diligence, who were the highest of all, are now Tamo Pradhan. This one also says, I have become Tamo Pradhan at the end of my many births, and I am now becoming Sado Pradhan again. The same applies to you. You know that you have now become Brahmins in order to become deities. No one knows the meaning of variety form image. You children now know that. When your souls reside in your sweet home, you are pure. You become after coming here. This is why you called out, O purifier, come and purify us, so that we can go home to the land of liberation. This point also has to be imbibed. Human beings do not understand what the land of liberation is or what the land of liberation in life is. The land of liberation is called the land of peace. Liberation in life is called relationship of happiness. The bondages of sorrow are now to be removed. We are making effort to claim a high status. Therefore, you should have the intoxication that you are establishing your kingdom by following Srimad. Jagadamba becomes number one. We will also follow her. The children who now sit here on the heart throne of the mother and father claim their throne in the future. Only those who remain busy in doing service day and night can sit the heart throne. He every the message to remember the Father. You must not take even one penny. People think that when you go to tie a rakhi on them, they have to give you something. Tell them, simply give us the donation of the 5 vices. Simply give us the donation of the 5 vices, and the bad omens will be removed. There are no celestial degrees remain. There is an eclipse over everyone. You are Brahmins, are you not? Wherever you go, tell them, give this donation and the eclipse will be removed. Become pure. Never indulge in vice. Remember the Father, and your sins will be absolved, and you will be become flowers. You were once flowers, but you have now become thorns. Whilst taking 84 births, you have been coming down. You now have to return home. Baba has given directions through this one. He is God, the highest on high. He doesn't have a body of his own. However, that is not a word of human beings. This whole play takes place here. How could there be play in the subtle region? In fact, there is no sun or moon in the incorporeal world, and so, how could there be a play there? This is a huge stage. In brackets, mark you. Rebirth takes place here. It does not take place in the subtle region. The whole of this unlimited play is now in your intellects. You have now come to know that you were deities, and that you then fell into the path of sin. The path of sin, also called the path of viciousness. We are pure for carp cycle. This play of victory and defeat, it is all about us. Bharat is an imperishable land. It can never be destroyed. There cannot be anything older than 5,000 years ago. Davarka will emerge from the sea. They have portrayed deities emerging from the sea giving platelets full of jewels. In fact, the Father, who is the ocean of knowledge, is giving you platefuls of this knowledge. People go in front of an idol of him and ask him to fill their aprons and give them wealth. Therefore, just look how they have also defamed Shankar. They defame me the most. This too is the part of the play, and it will take place again. No one knows this play. I come and explain the secrets of everything to you from the beginning to the end. You also know that the Father is the highest on high. No one understands how Vishnu becomes Brahma or how Brahma becomes Vishnu. You children are now making effort to become part of Vishnu's clan. You have become Brahmins in order to become the masters of the land of Vishnu. It is in the hearts of you Brahmins that you are establishing Sun and Moon dynasty kingdoms for yourselves by following Srimad. There is no question of fighting, etc. In this, no battle between deities and devils ever takes place. Deities exist in the golden age. How could a battle take place there? You Brahmins with the power of yoga are now becoming the masters of the world. Those with physical powers attain distractions with your power of silence. You gain victory over science. You now have to become soul conscious. I am a soul. I now have to return home. Souls are very fast. Such aeroplanes have no been, are even faster than that. A soul leaves one place and takes a body somewhere else just as they snap off one's fingers. Some even go to foreign land and takes birth there. A soul is the fastest rocket. There is no question of any machinery in this. They renounce their bodies and return somewhere else. It is in intellects of you children that you now have to return home. A lot of punishment is experienced. Therefore, they stay in great comfort in the place of a wump. Some children have had visions of this Krishna's takes birth. There is no questions of anything dirty in that. Suddenly, there is a lot of light. You are now becoming the masters of paradise. Therefore, you should make effort accordingly. Your food and drink have to be clean and pure. Dal and rice are the best. At Rishikesh, sannyasis just take food from a window and then leave. They are different types. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children. Love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father Bapdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to you spiritual children. Essence for Dharana. 1. Remain alert in paying attention to yourself. Be aware of Maya. Keep an honest chart of remembrance. 2. Follow the mother and father and become seated on the heart throne. Remain busy in doing service day and night. Give everyone the message to remember the father. Give the donations of the 5 vices and the eclipse will be removed. Blessing. May you sacrifice all consciousness of yourself by keeping a balance of sense and essence, thereby become a world transformer. Sense means understanding the points of this knowledge, and understanding and essence means keep the awareness of being an embodiment of all powers as an embodiment of power. If you keep an balance of these two, all consciousness of yourself and all your old things will be sacrificed. By sacrificing every second, every thought, every word, and every actions in the service of the world transformation, you will automatically become a world transformer. Those who sacrifice themselves along with all awareness of their own bodies are easily able to transform the atmosphere with their elevated vibrations. Slogan. Remember your attainments, and anything of sorrow or distress will be forgotten. Avyak signal. Imbibe the personality of spiritual royalty and purity. The foundation of elevated actions is purity. However, purity is not just celibacy, it is elevated. But if there is some special attachment or subservience to any souls, if you are impressed by any soul speciality, or if you have negative thoughts about any souls, if you speak bad words or words that are not within a course or conduct, that is, too is not said to be purity. Om Shanti.